Hey guys, welcome to the first video of 2025. My name is Joseph and you're watching Do It Joseph, formerly known as YC Makes. And yes, I just changed the channel name because I like good puns and I think the name is catchier. So this video is going to be the introduction to the channel. For the first video of 2025, we're going to do a shop tour and I'm going to talk about my plan for 2025. Let's roll the new intro. Let's go. Welcome to my garage. This is a standard 2-car garage. And I might be in the minority here, but I prefer room temperature car, so I park my car inside. Which makes my shop different. I have to park my car in my driveway and roll the tools out as needed. The garage is currently in storage mode where everything is pushed against the wall. You might also notice that it's pretty messy. I did not clean up the shop for this tour, so you guys get to see how it is in its natural state. We're going to start the tour in the lumber rack area behind me. But before that, let's talk about the general renovation that I want to do in this garage. The wall needs to be cleaned, patched, and repainted. The ceiling lights needs to be properly wired, and I also need to install some sound dampening because I record in here. If I have the budget, I also want to epoxy the floor. And it needs electrical work, adding more plugs and proper non-janky 220. Now that's out of the way, let's go to the lumber rack area. I made this lumber rack a while back. I think it's a plan from another YouTube channel called Evening Woodworker. I don't remember, it's been a while, but there are a lot of lumber rack plans on the internet. I also have a plywood cart that I park at the side of the house. And I have a drawer underneath my miter saw to store all the shorts and small stocks. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with wood storage yet. I might move all of them to the shed behind my house, which I'm going to show a bit later in the video. For now, I need to use up all these scraps before the end of the year. Next, let's take a look at the stuff under my lumber rack, starting with the apron. I got this apron from Amazon. The brand is Under New York Sky and it's pretty good and inexpensive. One day I would like to learn leather working so I can make my own leather apron, but that's gonna be really far down the line. For now, let me show you guys what I have in my apron. First thing that I have is a ruler from Woodpecker. I got this from an estate sales for a really great deal, and I think this is one of the ruler that's worth it to buy from Woodpecker. I also have my Milwaukee fastback knife. Of course, you need pencil and squares, and I also have my dust mask. I'm going to leave the link to this apron down on the description below. Next to my apron, I have something that I called, wow, must be nice to be rich, tool stack. But not really, because everything that I have in here, I bought it used or on sale. In fact, if I liquidate everything here, I will at least make my money back or actually profit. And these fast tools are a good example of it. So let me tell you guys why. I bought this dust extractor for $800 together with a Rotex. I sold the Rotex for $400, so this dust extractor is 400 Canadian dollar, which is about 280 Freedom dollars. Next is my latest marketplace buy, an old school domino and an old school sustainer. Again, it's a package buy, and when I sold the other things I don't need, I got these for a great deal. Next is Festool Gateway Drug, the ETS 125. I got this used as well and it's great intro to Festool. If you never own a high-end sander, get this and you'll know what you're missing. Trust me, your wrist will thank you. And the last one is this OF 1400 router. It's a great router, but I don't think it's 3 times the price better than regular router. But I got this for use for a great price, so I'm not complaining. All in all, my Festool stack cost me around $1,000 US, which sounds like a lot of money, but I think for what you're getting, it's pretty good. Underneath the apron, I have a collection of my parallel clamp, and over here, I have a rack of my aft clamp. Unpopular opinion, people say that a woodworker will never have enough clamp, and I disagree. I think you can have too much clamp, especially when you have a small shop like mine. I buy clamp as needed. For this year though, I'm planning to build a clamp rack or clamp cart that I can roll around when I need to do some clamping and building projects. Next, let's talk about the storage in my garage. I have a terrible storage situation, which is obvious from how messy the garage is. I don't have any concrete plan yet, but I have to solve this by the end of this year. So we'll see. I also probably need to build one of those YouTube wall, the cool YouTube wall that every YouTubers have for their background. Before we move on to the next section, I would like to thank everyone who subscribed to this channel. I really enjoyed the experience so far, and I appreciate all of you guys. If you're not subscribed and you're enjoying this video so far, please subscribe and I will greatly appreciate it. Let's move on to the next section. This behind me is my really weird corner of shame because it's really messy. We're going to talk about this section starting from the router table. I promise you there's a router table underneath all that mess. I made this router table a couple of years ago. The top, the fans, and the lift are JSON. And I have a DeWalt router living in the router table. Having a separate router table is very nice, but it takes quite a bit of space. I might move the router table to the table saw wing or rebuild it. Undecided, I'll figure it out before the end of the year. Next to the router table is this weird 45-degree corner wall where my central vacuum hangs. This is where I park my welding cart and store random stuff. I plan to build a welding cart with a folding welding table and park it here. I also want to use that live edge maple piece that I bought impulsively last year. Also, side note, I have a welding table that I built using free materials. It's currently sitting outside because I have no space inside, which is why I need to build something more compact. Back inside, next to the welding cart, we have my bandsaw. Let me pull it out. If you've never seen this brand, that just means you're not from Western Canada. Good for you, you don't live in an overpriced place or Texas, but freezing. Anyways, this is a unibody bandsaw with 12-inch resaw capacity, and I really need to Alex Snodgrass this thing. This bandsaw is really out of whack. Now that we're done with this weird corner, let's go across the room, which is the miter saw wall. I call this a miter saw wall and not a miter saw station because, well, nothing here is stationary. And they all have multiple functions. Starting from the left, this is my main workbench. It has an easy access storage to keep the top from getting too messy. It has some cabinets, and also this is where I put my planer. Although, I will build a planer stand since this is too low and uncomfortable to use. Also, the top is designed to be level with the miter saw so it can be used as an extension wing for the miter saw. It has foldable extension top with dovetail dado on it. I have a video about this dado if you want to know more about it. Next to it is my miter saw stand. Really basic, nothing much to it other than I need to redo the cabinet door and door face. It has storage and dedicated vacuum with auto on switch. And next to the miter saw stand, I have this. There is a reason for this monstrosity. This used to be my drill press stand. I have a video where I restore a World War II era drill press, but unfortunately that video tanked and I sold the drill press. It wasn't that good anyways. But I do want a drill press and I'm going to replace it with something else. It's going to be another tool restoration video. I have it in my shed and I'm going to flash it really quick on the screen. If you guys know what it is, leave something on the comment and let me know. Oh, by the way, the new drill press is in my shed, which I need to renovate this summer. It needs cleaning, new paint, and new roof. I also need to build some storage inside the shed, because look at this mess. Now back to the garage. We're looking at my joiner and dust collector. I'll go through really quick lightning round for the joiner. It's a restored 8-inch Delta jointer. There's video for it. Wondering why the top is so nice and shiny? There's video for it. It's sitting on an all-swivel mobile base, and yes, there's a video for it. Next is this grizzly wall mount dust collector paired with a cyclone, which fit perfectly in this tight corner. I might do some quality of life upgrade to it if I have time. And now for the heart of every woodshop, the table saw. Behind me is my SawStop 1.75 horsepower with 36-inch fans. This table saw is actually my third table saw and it's a great example of upgrading slowly to get your endgame tool. Let me explain why I roll her out. My starter table saw was this rigid job site table saw that I bought brand new from Marketplace. The guy who sold it have a backyard full of Home Depot stuff covered under blue tarps. Yeah, I wasn't joking. Over the next 4 years, I sold the rigid, bought this Delta, and then I bought the SawStop with this dust collector and sold the Delta with the dust collector. Total net after all said and done is 2,150 Canadian dollars or 1,500 Freedom dollars, which is a pretty good value for this saw. Alright, let's go through my plan for the saw. I need to clean and polish the top. Replace the mobile base with all swivel base because I'm tired of doing 3-way turns every time I need to move the saw. Maybe move the router table here and build storage underneath. And build a much needed folding outfit table. That is all for my garage shop. But wait, there's more. The garage is not my only workshop. Follow me to my office inside and along the way I'm going to talk about some projects that I want to do for this year. By the way, this is Cherry and that's her throne. And this year we're probably going to build a better bed for her or we'll make a room. Also, one day I'll have a proper handmade dining table. This is a spare bedroom that I turned into a temporary office. And by temporary, I meant 5 years since we moved into the house. I have my trusted 3D printer and my computer in this office. There's nothing much to it, but it works for my day job so far. I only feel inadequate since I started doing YouTube and comparing my office furniture to other people's ultimate dream office desk build. So, the biggest project for this year? Is this room. I'm going to transform this den into my office/studio. The first big project I plan for this room is to build an office desk with powerful creator PC in it. It's gonna be really exciting. I can't wait to start. Alright guys, that is all for the tour. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I made this video so you guys can be accountability buddy for me. Hopefully by the beginning of next year, we'll have another video like this and we can see how much I accomplish. Until then, see you guys at the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye!